everyone, and welcome to PositiveMindset.tv, where each week we delve into the mindsets and see how they are creating our experiences. From our finances, our career, our children, our health, our relationships. Hi, my name is Leesa Myers, and I am so excited to have you here with us today. Today, I am so excited about our guest that is joining us, Karin Palle. I've known Karin for years now. I met Karin when I was with the Banking with Women program, and she came in and talked to us about marketing and just the connections that Karin has had. In fact, one of her titles now is Connection Extraordinaire, and that is truly the truth. So one thing that we're going to be talking today is really how networking affects your business and how important it is, and also maybe a few tips on what can help you to be a better connector in your own business. So before we begin, let's learn a little bit about Karin. So Karin Palle is MBA, is a business advisor for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program at the Salt Lake Community College, as well as for the National at Bobson Blended Program. After several years of working as a business development strategist in the greater Salt Lake area, Palle launched Advanced Business Consulting in June of 2011, which provided business coaching and development for organizations and nonprofits. Previously, Palle co-founded Rico Mexican Marketing and Catering, which included food manufacturing, distribution, wholesale, catering, retail, and restaurant divisions. In addition, she was one of the first female general managers for the Larry H. Miller Group for their thrifty car rental division in Murray, Utah. In the summer of 2012, Palle acted as a volunteer coordinator for the local organizing committee for the Archery World Cup pre-Olympic qualifying event in Ogden, managing 250 volunteers during the 2-week event. Palle also helped establish and is a present board member of the Vest Pocket Business Coalition, an organization that provides networking and education on local businesses, business conditions, and support services. Palle received the Rising Star Award, which was presented by the Utah chapter of the National Association of Women Business Owners for her support to local and nonprofit organizations. Palle earned her undergraduate degree and MBA from the University of Utah. During her education, she focused on human resource management and marketing, while also managing to be a top performer on the women's swim team. Because of her dedication to her sport and academics, she was presented the Bud Jacket Achievement Award by the athletic department upon graduation. Wow. Can I say that you've been busy?
I love being busy.
So, I mean, there's so many different facets. It's not even just one area that you've worked in. You've worked in marketing and manufacturing and distribution, in the nonprofits and the profits. And I guess this is going to be an odd question, but what is the one thing that you've found in the common denominator about yourself?
Relationships. Really creating relationships, whether it's within my business, within my organization, or within the community. It's key.
Absolutely. So during all of this, who is Karin Palle?
Well, it's funny you should ask that, because many years ago when I begrudgingly went on Facebook and I wrote down on that thing, what you're looking for, I was looking for friends that had helped shape my life. And it was so great when I started connecting that I found out I was the same person now that I was back when I was 10, 11 years old swimming. And so I would have to say that even back then, I was a person who would give you a smile. I was a person who would help you when you needed help or guidance or a referral, or I was always the one with the Band-Aids in my swim bag. And I always was the person telling people good luck before the race and good job afterwards, whether they beat me or not. And so I would like to think I still have those qualities. And also just, always wanting to say hello to people and talk to people and get to know who they are is something that I try and pride myself on. Sometimes I'm not as good a listener as I wish I was, but I'm working on that as well.
Well, and one thing I find is, I talk to people and they talk about, I'm such an introvert and it's really hard for me to talk to people. So what do you say to people that say that to you, that, it's just so hard for me to get to know people? I don't know how you do it.
I mean, I guess the cool part is you can always just be a really great listener. So if you just have a couple of key questions that you ask people so you can get to know them, I think the conversation would be much easier. Because I think one of the reasons why people may be introverted or not so comfortable in social settings is they don't like to talk about themselves. And truly, you don't need to talk about yourself to network, to be a good networker. I think people have that misconception. So really, if someone is shy, but they're going to a networking event, they can go up to someone, say, hello, my name is, and just have a question or two saying, oh, what brings you here today? Or, what are you passionate about? Or what keeps you busy on a daily basis? And then let them steer the conversation. You don't have to be the one that, has all the answers. You can ask questions. And I think that's probably the easiest way for someone to get into the mode of networking and meeting new people.
Absolutely. So what are some, I guess, taboo things that you see a lot that happens in networking events?
Oh, people are not going to like me, but the passing of the business card is probably my biggest pet peeve. And I get that that's why a lot of people network and they go to the BNIs or they go to our women's networking groups, and the traditional card gets passed around. And I don't do that because I think that loses its magic, and it loses its marketing, and it loses its credibility when someone just picks your card up from a pile. I think it's more powerful if you hand the card, but even more powerful if somebody asks you for the card, because then you have that personal interaction. And again, you can give them the smile, you can give them the firm handshake, you can say something about yourself and vice versa, so you can hear a little bit more from them. So you can take that business card and write down about your encounter, how you met that person, maybe what they look like or what you remembered. I just think that that's one of the taboos I have, is the way people maybe handle their business cards these days. Other taboos. I don't know. I know I probably break quite a few of them, but I think, again, knowing when to talk and knowing when to listen in the conversations, and trying to find a good balance within a bigger group as well. I tend to, when there's a little silence, I tend to jump in and try and get more active participants in a networking event. So sometimes I might talk a little more than I should, but I think being able to find that balance in a group, and maybe if you are the one that is a little more verbal like myself, just making sure that everyone in the group has a chance to participate. So asking everybody a question, so the shy ones do get the same value of meeting everyone.
And I guess in the point in the networking, what is the point of meeting everyone? And, because I think part of it, because, both of us have gone to a lot of networking, and there's still that question, I think, that always comes up, that people take all the business cards and then they, and I've been told, by marketing strategists, that you put them on your list, and the big thing is building a list, getting a list and so forth. And then you get the emails, and they say it's not spamming if there's an unsubscribe. Do you say that that's true or not true?
I mean, the unsubscribe is there to protect people from all of those things. I tend to try and ask people if they would like to know about my emails for the events that I send out. And I'm afraid I'm very old-fashioned. I don't have a constant contact or a MailChimp that I use. I actually do them by hand, and I personally pick who I send my emails to. And I have specific lists for different things. My niche is networking with the ladies and professional women, and so I have special email lists that I send out for that, versus if it's for an all-around business with different educational opportunities, then I have a different list for an all-inclusive group of small business owners. And there's always I think it just comes down to what is it that you want to accomplish by putting somebody on a list. If you truly believe that they can benefit from what you're going to send them, and your conversation or your networking relationships show that yes, they are interested in your business or your services or the information you're sending, fantastic. But I have a huge stack of, probably a pile of business cards that are not on any lists. I keep them for reference, but I don't automatically think everybody wants to know about my information. I would like that, but I've really learned to not take it personal when I get an unsubscribe or a no thank you. I don't want your emails. And then the other thing about trying to meet everybody at an event, I don't know if that's ever really realistic. I think everyone, when they go to an event, they should actually have a strategy of why are they going to that event? Is it to meet a specific person? Is it to get specific knowledge? Is it to meet 3 new people? Just 3 new people. They don't have to be a sales lead or anything like that. And then work that into your routine within the networking event. For me, one of the things I do like about Facebook events is you can see who's coming. And then you can say, oh, there's new people, or oh, here's somebody that I really wanted to connect with who's a representative of a local bank or a local business person or an advocate or whatever the case may be. I think that's a much better strategy than thinking you can meet everybody, because I don't think if you do that let's face it, most networking events are an hour and a half, and maybe only 20-30 minutes is for networking. I don't think it's realistic if you really want to have a genuine connection with someone when you're meeting them.
Absolutely. So what are some things that has come out of the networking, and like I said, your term networking extraordinaire, or connector extraordinaire. So what are some things that's come out of that for you personally?
Oh, friendships. I love hearing that people have become friends because they came to an event and they connected. Great business relationships. I just enjoy connecting people. I like being able to be a referral resource, or find somebody educational opportunity through someone, or someone to help with speaking engagements, or help them with their positive thinking. I love referring the people I know. And I think the key is getting to know people at these not so serious networking events, so you do know what kind of person each individual is, and you can try and kind of match them up with other people's personalities. It's almost like a matchmaking per se, because I might know 2 or 3 people who do the same thing, whether it's real estate or staffing or marketing, and I enjoy being able to introduce different types of people, because everyone has different attitudes, different perspectives, and so not everybody's going to connect with the first person I introduce them to either.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit. I know that through all of the networking and all that you have done, and all of your experience and so forth, you got connected with the 10,000 small businesses. So tell us a little bit about that, and what that does for businesses that are, because I know that you're starting up a new group again.
So one of the reasons why I do go out in the community as much as I do now, even though I do enjoy it, but don't tell anybody. One of the main focuses for me is to go to events where I can connect with small business owners who are ready to scale their businesses. Our program with the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses is one that focuses on business owners who have been in business 2 or more years, 150,000 in revenue to approximately 4 million, 4 or more employees, and then the owners of the businesses who are ready to scale. And so I go out and I talk to the business owners, and someone who's networking is probably a really great source because they realize they need to step outside of their business to grow their business. Because so many small business owners, they focus on, they work in the day-to-day and they don't get out there and look at the opportunities. And networking is such a fantastic way to grow a business, whether it's just to get to know more people that may or may not buy from them, but can also become advocates for them or evangelists. I didn't say that right. Evangelists. All these new terms. But also maybe find new sources for their businesses and find new people to work with. And I mean, it's such a valuable use of someone's time, a small business owner. And so this program helps business owners step out and work on their financials, their marketing, their processes, and actually meet with the classes, a 16-week program, and they come every other Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and they work with their peers. So not only are they gaining all kinds of great knowledge and doing different exercises that are on their business, but they're also getting to hear best practices and feedback from other business owners. So it's actually the ultimate in networking with local business owners that have the same issues as anyone else, despite what age they are, what kind of business they are, what educational background. All these business owners have a lot of things in common. Namely, how to fund their business, how to find new customers, and how to find good people to help grow their business.
Well, and I can imagine, like you say, as they're going through that program, I know that when I was in banking with women, the women that I met, I mean, they became a great advocate for myself, for my own business. They became kind of those salespeople, if you will, going out and telling others. And so you really do build that core group. And even with past participants, I know that our friend Vanina, Casina Vanina, which is an amazing restaurant, she went through banking with women, and it was just that camaraderie. I'm having the same problem. That relationship together, that it's just fun. And so I can imagine with the group that comes through the 10,000 small businesses, that it's just fun to see the growth.
Yeah, because again, I mean, it's almost like your own little business anonymous group, Business Owners Anonymous, where you're in a situation where you can really talk openly and give honest feedback and answer questions that you might not be able to ask someone in your business, and another employee, or even a spouse. And I think any opportunity to network with small businesses and share ideas, like I love panels. As you know, I think putting together a panel of business owners and talking on a subject is probably one of the most valuable things you can do and spend your time on, because you're hearing from others. It's not just you who's had to deal with difficult employees, or having to fire someone, or finding new accountants, or finding a new location, or trying to figure out a better way to handle customer complaints. I mean, everybody has those same things, and when people can open their minds and they can share their experiences and not worry, that person's going to take that and better their business. And, there's got to be a sense of, I want other people to do better so I can also do better. And I think when small business owners can work together to mentor each other, I think it's so powerful. And again, it's another great way of networking.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, just us meeting each other and the networking and the groups that you've been involved in, that it's just a lot of fun. And, you know, I mean, there's the educational networking. There is the coffee, Karin created this Healthy, Happy, Hot Women. That is a blast. She also created clothes exchange for business women, which is phenomenal. So somebody that wants to become a connector extraordinaire, what would be one of the pieces of advice that you would give them?
Well, you can never sleep. I mean, I think you have to be just genuine, first off, and be well organized. But know that it takes a long time before people will also trust you to come to these events. And, you know, I think if you ever really want to start to become someone who people look up to for networking and connecting and as a resource, I think the best thing you can do is present. So give your time and volunteer and either present like we do at different functions, give your expert advice on communicating with employees, on advertising, whatever your strength is, try and be the expert at that one particular thing. Don't try to be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
That's a huge, because you need to really identify what your strengths are and what you can give back. And one of the things was for me, I could give back was my connections. The people I'd met especially through catering all these years and through events that we've done and being part of the community. Another thing, if somebody really wants to be a force within the community, sit on a board. I highly recommend volunteering and try and be active with the board or a community-based, maybe at least one business organization, and then other types of chambers or things that give back to the community. I think that is one of the most valuable things you can do. For me, it was the Vest Pocket Business Coalition. It was Utah Partners for Health. I did things at my daughter's school. I was actually on the community council there. And then I found out that the refugee community needed some help, and I've been helping in a couple of leadership training programs for that as well. But finding a niche and finding a way to give back, I think, is huge. Is really big if you really want to network with people that have the same qualities as you as well. I mean, that's the great part is when you find these organizations, usually you're going to find people who have the same ethics you do, who are passionate about the same things, and that's what makes networking fun. Is really finding people that you click with.
Absolutely. And I think one of the key words that you also said was to make it fun. And to enjoy the relationships, enjoy the people that you're connecting to, because you never know when that one person that you meet is going to skyrocket your business, but not hunting for that person, because it'll come when you least expect it.
That's right. And always going into meeting anyone with a what can I do for you, not what can they do for you. I think people have to remember to give before they can ever expect to get. And that's really huge, Someone who is constantly wanting the leads and constantly wanting people to help them sell but not giving anything in return, that's the person who usually doesn't last long in this, in this day and age when it comes to networking and building relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you again. So what is one of the last things that you would like to leave the audience with?
Oh, my. You know what? Just always smile. No matter if you're in the grocery store, at the gas station, at a networking event, walking down the hall at work, just always smile. It's the best way to start a conversation. It's the best way to start somebody's day off right, or maybe change somebody's day if they've had a bad day. But always smile.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much for taking your time, because I know the many places that you volunteer, how busy your schedule is. So again, thank you for taking this time with us.
I really appreciate you asking. That was an honor, and whatever I can do to help your audience or yourself, you know where to call.
Absolutely. So again, everyone, check out, if you're local, the 10,000 Small Business with Goldman Sachs. You can check it out. Can they go to Salt Lake Community College, or where can they go to?
They can go on the Salt Lake Community College website, slcc.edu, and then I believe it's /10KSB. So 10 as in 10,000, K, and then S as in Sam, B as in boy.
Perfect.
And it should be on there, yep.
slcc.edu /10KSB.
Yes, I believe that'll work.
Okay, so I'll have that up there. Again, everyone, it's such a pleasure to have Karin here, and just, understand that really, truly, networking is about building relationships and having fun and enjoying people. I found that for me, when I genuinely just become fascinated with people, then it wasn't about whether I was nervous meeting them or what they thought about me or if they liked me. It had nothing to do with me. I was just fascinated about them and their journey. And I think that when you do that, there is no fear. So again, if you like this episode, please share it on Google+, LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, and just let everybody know about the show. And thank you, Karin, for being with us. Thank you, everyone, for attending. And always remember that the world is a better place with you being in it. And until next week, have an amazing